YouTube. Don't know who all I get. It is a Saturday. So, and I'm just hoping people can hear me. So I'm hoping somebody just comes on so I'll know that I'm being heard because I'm using a microphone that's attached to me, which makes for a better sound for those who are listening or watching. So I'm going to lower this camera just a little bit so we can get more of me and more of this table. Yeah, that's better. I'm going to back up just a little bit. So, don't know who will come on, but maybe you'll get to watch it later, but I'm going to go ahead and do this live because I'm running out of storage on my devices. Hi, Bam. How you doing, girl? I'm finna show y'all how to make this juice that's been literally healing Pastor's eyes. And the key ingredient, well, there's a lot of key ingredients, but it's a key ingredient that we use a lot, period, is fennel. And in my description, I have a link to the benefits of fennel. So check out that link and you'll understand why we need to be ingesting fennel. Not so much the leafy part. A lot of people use this for garnish on their dishes or put them in soups and salads. But the bulb part, and I've cut mine in half because I've been using it, but the big white bulb part is where all of your nutrients are found in fennel. So this is one of the vegetables that we typically pass up in the grocery store. We look at it and say, nope, don't need it. But in all seriousness, we do need fennel. Okay, Pastor definitely needed it, and it's working wonders for him to the point that they're not even thinking about doing anything invasive with his eyes. And when he comes in, he can tell you more about his eyes and what's going on with his eyes. I think he's got impeccable timing. He don't want to come in here and talk. You want to go on? Right now, it's just Bam. Yeah. See that, Bam? He'll come in here and talk to you. So wait a minute. That's one of my members.
Hey, Bam. How you doing,
Bam? So I was telling them how we've been using fennel in our diet and how it's been helping, the condition of your eyes. And so I'll let Remwood, he knows a little bit more about fennel than I do. I have left a link for them to look at, but you can tell them.
This is actually a wonder vegetable, which is rarely eaten. At least if I take all the church anniversaries and special days and everything in there, nobody's making fennel.
Ain't nobody making fennel.
There's over 25 important nutrients, metals in this stuff, and what it does for the body in just building amino acids and whatnot is absolutely amazing. This is a wonder vegetable, and everybody should be eating it. And we went to it when I was alerted to some properties that I needed for my eye. I have what is called retinal vein occlusion, central retinal vein occlusion, CRVO. And I'm trying to get my eye back together. It's not really totally occluded right now. It's not ischemic. It's non-ischemic, which means there's a possibility that I can turn it another way.
Yes.
So what I'm doing is trying to eat everything I possibly can for eye health. Even the vitamins and whatnot subs that I'm taking are all about eye health, focusing on the eye. And we might even be doing occasionally a little red wine because red wine is good for the macula, which I have troubles with. So because I have central CRVO, central retinal vein occlusion, but my fovea, which is at the back of the eye, my retina, and my macula all look good yet. There's hope for the eye that I won't be totally blind in the eye. There's a number of people, you see commercials all the time for wet AMD, dry AMD, which is macular degeneration. I don't have that. My macula, which is at the center of the eye, is very good.
And for a while, he thought
that
what was going on.
Yeah, I did think it was.
Not.
But after my $2,000 workup by the specialist, I realized that I don't. And it was good to have the conversations about it. But fennel, absolutely important to me regaining sight. So she's putting it in everything. The carrots, the apples,
he
the
absolutely
berries.
loves this juice that I make, and so I'm gonna make.
I'm telling you what, it's absolutely wonderful. And then you know what? The way she cuts the pineapple and whatnot, suck on the core a little bit. I certainly do, because you get extra stuff
in the peel.
Yes, and so
and you all already know I make my pineapple hibiscus tea with the peel.
Yeah, get that guy to sit back up there. He wants to tilt over.
He was sitting fine before you touched it.
Okay, sorry, but I have probably 85%, maybe getting close to 90% vision in the right eye, which 2 weeks ago I didn't have. And so I'm now a little calmer than I was. I was kind of losing my mind there for a little bit.
So that means I was losing my mind.
Yeah. And so things are better, but certainly solicit the prayers and certainly love your BAM and
Carolyn's on there.
Carolyn. Okay.
And I'm not sure who this other person, Rudy. Bonjour. So they are from another country.
All right, Rudy. Well, certainly, Rudy, the French know about fennel and certainly great vegetable.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, Daddy. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and cut up the fruit and I'm going to juice it and show you how to do it. It's really easy. All of these things have been washed. So I've got one Fuji apple. I love putting apple in his juices because it sweetens it up. Apples sweeten it up. And grapes sweeten up juices if you're looking to sweeten up a juice. And I think for most blood types, grapes and apples are neutral. So they shouldn't cause any problem for you. But just so you know, the book, here it is. The book that we've been recently heralding is the book right here, Eat Right for Your Type. Many times we diet and they tell us we got to cut out this and cut out that, no meat and all that. Well, the truth of the matter is your blood type is linked to your descent from which you came. And so your blood type determines how you digest food and determines what your gut biome is. So it just so happens that me and Dr. Woodard are on like separate ends of the spectrum, really. So I'm O and he's A. So he has to be more vegan because he is what is called a cultivator. And I have to have more animal protein because I am a hunter and a gatherer as a blood type O. And as a blood type A, he is a cultivator. So this book right here will tell you whether, your beneficials, your neutrals, and then it'll tell you things to avoid so that you can be healthy. And then it has areas in there. If you're trying to lose weight, then you just, of course, eliminate all the neutrals. And they tell you which items help you to lose weight. Now, I have lost almost 5 pounds since I've been doing this. Now, I've been doing vegan for a while. I kind of lost weight when I went into the vegan thing, and then I stopped losing. But as soon as I switched from vegan to eating for my blood type, I started losing weight again. So, and I wasn't even trying to lose weight really, but I am. Okay, so I could use to lose a few more pounds. And you don't see it up here, but I got it when my grandmother gave it to me. Okay, so thank you for joining me. I'm going to move on here to this making this juice. So I think I've done a reel about y'all you really don't have to cut the cap off. You just twist that thing and it comes right off. Okay, this one got some strength. All right, I'm weak today. There you go. See, you just twist it right off. That's all you do to get this off of there. Just twist it. Okay. So I'm going to put that over there. All right, and then we're going to cut our pineapple. I'm going to bring this cutting board over here. Uh-oh, I just knocked over my blackberries, which I can't have. And they're not beneficial for me, but they are beneficial for Dr. Woodard. So I add that to his juice. So he can literally drink the things that are beneficial for him. So we're just going to cut the end off of here. Now, after I cut the end off, I'm going to put it right here in this bag. Because I will take these and I will boil them and make my pineapple hibiscus tea. Then I cut the bottom off. I typically like to juice an entire pineapple. And this, by the way, is a golden pineapple, which has a little more yellow in it, and it's much more sweeter. It costs you a little bit more, but honey, it's worth it. Get that golden pineapple. So when you go to produce, at least when I go to Meijer, over here you got the pineapples, and then over here you got golden pineapple. They're bigger in size. When you smell the bottom of them, you can really smell the sweetness, and that's how you know that they're ready. They're sweet and they're delicious. So this is a golden pineapple, not a traditional regular pineapple. Now I have a pineapple core, but you know, it takes a sumo wrestler to do that thing. This is what I do. I just go around the edges and I keep cutting panels off until it's totally clean. This is juicy. When you cut it, the juice is just coming out. That's how you can tell it's sweet and it's ready. The juice is just coming out as I cut it. Some pineapples, you know, you can tell when you're not going to get such a sweet one, because when you're cutting it, it's kind of dry. There ain't no juice coming out of nowhere. But this one is juicy. And here, let me show you what I mean. I'm going to come up close here. And when I squeeze it, you can see the juice. Okay, it's dripping. You see the juice coming out of it. All pineapples are not like that. But this golden pineapple is like that. Okay, so I keep all this. I put it in the refrigerator, and later on, I will make my pineapple hibiscus tea. So I'm going to cut it down the middle. And then I'm going to cut, hi Lisa. And I'm going to cut it this way. Okay. I'm going to lay it down. And then I take the core out like this. I just go down the middle. I better do this. Go down the middle. Now I've got to taste this because, y'all, this pineapple is for real. Okay. Now usually I keep the core and put it over here in the bag to make my pineapple tea because it's very fibrous and you don't want to eat that. But when I'm juicing, I juice the core too. Ron Woodard will come in here and take the core and chew on the core if he catches me. He may hear me and come in here and get a core, but I don't know. But he loves to chew on the core and suck the juice from the core. And of course, pineapple is very beneficial. It's on our beneficials list for blood type A and blood type O. So I keep a fresh pineapple in the house. And I love it that me and my daughter both are O. So now when I cook for her, I can cook more healthy things for her because she and I are eating the same thing. She also is blood type. I think all my children are blood type O. Dr. Woodard is standing out there all alone. I don't know how that happened, but all my kids are blood type O, but Renwater is blood type A. Hi, Jerry. How are you? So good to see you, sweetheart. So I need a bowl. Let me get a bowl real quick. This bowl should work. And I'm just going to cut it in cylinders, sort of, because what I'm going to do is it's easier for me to put it in the juicer that way. Okay, that one over there. That's a core. That's a core. Okay, this is going to be amazing. All right, so I've got my pineapple. It's ready to go into the juicer. Let me rinse this off. The other things I have to cut up are the carrots. These carrots have been washed. I've got 2 organic, healthy size carrots. So they're pretty big, so I don't really need but a couple of those. So I cut it. This is just so it goes in easy into the juicer, because I don't have one of those big industrial size juicers that, honey, you can put a whole apple in it. No, Beverly does not have that kind of juicer. Okay, so there's my carrots. I'm going to go ahead and put my carrots over here. I'll put them in the bowl here with the pineapple. Then I have an apple, a Fuji apple. I'm just going to slice that. Fuji apples tend to be sweet. And of course, I don't have to core it or nothing because I'm juicing it. Put that over here like that. And then I have the fennel. Now, I'm not going to be using the fennel leaves. I'm just going to be using the bulb and a little bit of the stem. Okay, and so I'll cut that off like that. All right, and I'll save this for the soup I want to make. Okay, and then kind of get rid of that piece right there. So this is about 1/4 of a fennel. Usually I use a half of a fennel, but I'm going to use what I have. I have yet to get back to the store. And I'm just slicing it so it'll fit down into the juicer. Okay, so I've got my fennel right here. We're going to put that in there. I've got my blackberries, okay? And I've got 4 very large strawberries. And all these are going to go, I'll cut these in half because they're really big. And notice I'm leaving the leaves on because, believe it or not, the leaves of the strawberry have nutritional value. So wherever you can leave the leaves on, do it. Like in smoothies and whatnot. I have a half a lemon here that I'm going to be adding. And then I also have a little bit of agave over here that I'm going to be adding. So now that I have all these things in place, we can move all this. And I'm going to bring over my juicer. Just right here. And this is where all of the fiber comes in. And this is where the juice comes in. Okay, so I'm going to start with, let's see. Okay, it would help if it's plugged in. Okay, so I think I'm just going to start with the berries that are sitting here. So we'll start with the blackberries. I'm just going to go and put them in there. That juice is very thick and dark. Okay, so we got that. Now I'm going to do the strawberries. The other one I would do for my blood type, instead of blackberries, I would use blueberries. Blueberries are good for me and Dr. Woodard, but I was out of blueberries, so I just used the strawberries. Strawberries are neutral for us, but they are loaded with vitamin C, and he needs the vitamin C for his eye health. Okay. Now we're going to start with some more of these crunchy items. Now we'll do the apples. Now just keep adding different fruits. And this is a cold press, which means the motor doesn't get hot, so that it takes away any of the, or kills any of the enzymes in the fruit that you're juicing. If motors are too hot, then the heat is destroying the enzymes that are in the juice. It's like when you cook greens. You take the enzymes away. Okay, that was a piece of water. That was a piece of pineapple there. Okay, I finished the apple. Now I'm going to do some fennel. Fennel is so dense. The only way you can get juice out of it is to put it in one of these things. But it's definitely getting juice. Now we know carrots are very dense. So you hear a lot of crunch of the carrot coming in. But like I said, this is 2 carrots. I had about a cup of blackberries, 4 very large strawberries, 1/4 of a fennel, just the bulb. I have a whole pineapple. And an entire Fuji apple, a very large Fuji apple. Okay, so I'm left with the pineapple right now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to take this bowl right here. I'm going to place my wire strainer, and I'm going to, because this may drip a little bit, I'm going to pour the juice that I have right here. Look at the layers of juices. Look at the delicious layers of juices that are in here. Honey, it tastes like it, look. So I'm going to take a little bit more of the fiber out of it, and we're going to pour it into this and just let that strain even more. Okay, and then I'm going to take this, all this delicious fiber, and some people say, what are you going to do with that? You probably could, boil it in a pot and make a tea out of it. But I'm not going to do that. But just, these are all the fibers from everything except for the pineapple. But I'm going to go ahead and dump that out because I don't have any room for my pineapple when it comes through. All right, so while that's straining, stir it a little bit. Then we're going to continue with the pineapple. Oh. This is going to be a lot of juice right here. Typically I use a whole pineapple or like 3/4 of a pineapple. It just provides more juice for Dr. Woodard. This pineapple smells amazing, y'all. It's coming through. Woo! And the last piece. It's so juicy. The juice is splashing back up in my face. I have to kind of pull some of that fiber out of there. I want to make sure I get all the juice. I see it sitting in the well here. All right. Is that over there? And we're going to take this and we'll put this under here. And we're going to pour some more of this. Now, this is the pineapple juice, y'all. So this is just like some extra filtration to make the juice as smooth as you can. So I have to stir it so that the juice can get out at the bottom of this wire or whatever kind of filter they call this. But this right here, this stuff is amazing. And I try to make enough to last run with it a couple of days, but most times they don't last that long. He just be in there down in it like it's water. But it is delicious. All right, I'm going to take this off because I still got juice in here that I need to come out. Not sure how I'm going to get it out. Let's see. There we go. All right. Okay. And this is just about done. And let it strain. I'm still gonna make my soup, but I probably won't hold y'all on the live to make my fennel soup. I'll just make it. This stuff is so delicious. Here we go. So you still get a little bit of pulp that comes through when you're juicing. And some people like to use cheesecloth, but this is what I do. This is what Beverly do. So now I'm mashing on the pulp, pushing all of the juice that's in there. And I'm going to show you the pulp. It probably tastes like an amazing applesauce. Which probably is not a bad idea. So that's the last remnants of the fiber or the pulp that's in there. And I'm just gonna it tastes just like the juice. Okay. So the other thing I add is juice of about a half a lemon, which acts as a preservative and just gives it a little bit more flavor and a little bit more vitamin C. So I squeeze it through my fingers because I'm catching the seeds. That's the old-fashioned way. Or I could get my juicer. All right, now I'm going to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of organic blue agave nectar, which makes it just a little bit more sweeter. That's 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. Let's see, that may be enough. We're going to stir it. All right, and now we're going to taste it. Okay, y'all. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Yep, I get why Redwood loves it. You can taste the strawberry in here. Usually I do blueberries instead of strawberries, but it definitely gives it a little bit of a different flavor, but it's still absolutely delicious, and great for you if you are blood type A or blood type B, but very beneficial if you're blood type A, and very beneficial for your eyes. But please take a look at the link about fennel and see all the benefits of fennel and how you truly need to include it in your diet. Even if it's slicing it up, putting it on a salad or putting it in soup or what have you. But it's absolutely, positively delicious. And I see my husband sneaking in here. Do you want some of your juice? You said, yeah. They got to see you drink this stuff.
No,
No, they don't. No, they don't. Okay. So when you do the extra strain, it makes it smoother and a little more translucent. But this stuff right here, y'all. This
it's next day.
is amazing.
Next day. Here, real quick.
Cheers.
That is the bomb. I paid $20 for that.
Okay. So So that's that. And I have this little bottle. I've got to find a way to find some more of these. But I have this little bottle that I pour some of it into. So I can save it for him. I have that bottle, and I sterilize these in the dishwasher. I have that bottle, and I have this bottle. But you could use a mason jar if you want. Really, you really could. So, I prefer pouring out this spout rather than the big spout because the big spout tends to drip. Just a little bit. So I'm going to pour this delicious concoction into this jar first. This is about 16 ounces right here. Yep. That's about 2 cups. Have one in the fridge for him. And then he's got a little extra here. That will go in the fridge as well. So, there's your juice. I set it right here in the door of the refrigerator. All right. Now, we spent a lot of time doing this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off, then I'm going to get ready to make this soup, and then maybe I'll come back on. I haven't told my husband yet, but I'm babysitting tonight, so I gotta hurry and get through. But I'm gonna go off, and then I'll get set up for making that soup, and then I'll come back on. Okay? All right. Bye-bye.